Alright, I'm gonna do this. I've tried to do a couple of these videos recently. Had some technical issues. You know. It's been a thing. But today, on this Drawing in the Dark episode, whatever episode this ends up being, I am going to work on this Hannya mask. Now this was a bit that I drew. Oh dear. Well, the date there, 8/11/16. Today's date that I'm making this is 9/11/19. So more than 3 years since I drew this sketch. This was a drawing in the dark thing for my patrons 3 years ago. Man, it's not gonna let me zoom in. I've really been having some problems. I think it might just be the machine I'm on, tablet. It does not like to do the rotation zoom stuff. I don't know if that's like my hardware. I don't know. But, yeah, it looks like the thickness on this is alright. Get in here. Oh, fine. No zoom. Man. So, looks like it's gonna need a little bit faster hand movements. Yeah, I hope this one works out. Done a few of these. They have not worked out. It's been a little frustrating. The live streaming is gonna have to wait a while. You know, for reasons. But I'm still gonna try to make one of these videos, maybe just once a week. But I pulled out a bunch of these old sketches I did. Many of them, I think I showed this one publicly, I'm sure I did. But many of them I never did. And going to use them as some video material. And yeah, they're decent pieces. They're worth finishing. I could do something with them. That would be cool. So, I'm going to just draw out. Sometimes that happens too. This auto eyedropper just activates for no good reason. And it spontaneously changes the color. Come on, move. There we go. And I tried that like 5 times. So, what I'm going to do here, just kind of trace this out. Give myself a digital pencil. Part of this, always. Especially, you know, I'll repencil things a number of times. Just kind of work it up and clarify it always trying to start at the basic shapes, and then refine into the details. You don't want to start a piece and get all caught up in all this time on an eye or a hand or some specific detail if it's not like a person or an animal. And then you lose sight of the balance of the piece, anatomy. You start one eye, draw the other eye, you realize that they'll never quite fit together on one head properly. So you draw the head first. Obviously the sketch on this is all that initial conceptual work, the thinking, the actual creative part, as it were. Or now, a stage like this is really about finishing it. So I am not just trying to trace over this, but I'm trying to, for one thing, familiarize myself with it, but also clarify anything that to me right now seems confusing. I mean, the piece is pretty clear as it is. There's plenty here just to go straight into doing like a finish line work in ink. But we are just going to do this first. So the reboot is underway for Sequential Disorder. As far as a little news, I guess, while I crank away on this, we're still in the planning phase for the activity book Kickstarter. That may take a while, as there's a lot there to do, and Kenny and I have to plan a good time where we can really, I guess, be focused on the Kickstarter at the time. So one of the things I'm doing is trying to produce a little bit of content as far as these videos are concerned, and then we'll go from there. Do the comics. Yeah, the Sequential Disorder reboot. That's going to be awesome. I've got the first story for that has been storyboarded. And then, look at that, I cut that ear off there. And then our next, from there, we'll give Sequential Disorder a little bit of a rest. I'll move back into Sleight of Mind, which Kenny and I recently rewrote that as well. I gotta say, Dan Harmon's Story Circle is a fantastic foundation to build a story off of. It has just been a tremendous help. But yeah, so those are in the works. Got a bunch of other stuff going on. Oh, let's go, man. It just wants to slide around. Let me pull up this menu real quick here, if it will let me. This thing's getting kind of hot. Come on, I'm trying to pull up this side menu here. don't think it's even gonna show for you guys. Just wanted to check on some stats here. Looks like we're doing okay. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Funky random line. So while I am clarifying this, these still aren't my final lines. This is still not the final form for this piece. We may do another video for that. Got a number of these pieces were started and worked on, got to a point as a video, and then realized I did something wrong, so it turns out to be a wash. And then the progress on the piece is no longer recorded, so then it seems weird for me to like make another video that's the next part of the progress on that. I don't know. Still pretty new at this stuff. Maybe I will get over some of my weird ideas on how I want it to all work, what makes sense to me. You know, just trying to get this going. You know, the first part of the process is really just doing it. Kind of like with sequential disorder, I didn't really have a plan. I just needed to make a webcomic. And so I just started pulling stuff out of thin air, you know, really on the fly by the seat of my pants, trying to organize it, trying to at least storyboard it and make the process easier on me. And as I went, all of that got more and more, accessible to me, easier. Just getting the strip done, understanding the workload, kind of getting used to how much detail I want to put into the strips. Still getting used to that, still getting used to how much color I want to put into the strips, and how much work I want to invest to get it there. So it's a process, but it's worked out, and I'm ready to actually do a story, something a bit more cohesive, something a bit more worked up. I think it's really cool. Gonna have a real good time with it, and I think I'll get a better response. Just in general, I think this will be more engaging, more interesting, and you know, and that'll be great. And then just keep doing these, doing the strips. I did 36 of the first run of sequential disorder. This next run, man, it's like 15, 16. So it's, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easier, but it's gonna be shorter, but more concise, less wandering. A more clear narrative of characterization and motivations. I think it's going to be good. I am excited. also working on a Tattoo Flash art book. I may have mentioned it before. That may have been in one of the videos that didn't make it. But I'll be putting together some Tattoo Flash ideas and putting together this book of them, basically. Some of the stuff I already have ready. Other stuff I have to finish. And then on top of that, there's even more stuff that just has to be created from the ground up entirely. So I may do some of that videos. We'll see. I can't turn all my work into these videos. It'll really slow down the work process, that's for sure. Because I definitely do not do this much talking. I'm sitting here by myself, drawing. Not that I do zero talking to myself. Just not this much. There we go. I think, seems like that's the deal. So we turn this off. We look at, this is the initial digital tracing. Yeah, it's still pretty rough. It's still clearly a tracing. What we will do is work this up in a way without that, what's the problem? Here we go. Without that under sketch now at all. That way it's much easier to go through here and kind of work out these lines and make sure things stand on their own. But frankly, a lot of this could be added and done with inking. So I think this is all we have for tonight. Yeah, my name is Levi Smith. This is Drawing in the Dark. Let me bring up my little menu bar so I can get to stop drawing, Levi. So I can get to the little stop record button. Oh, goodness gracious. Come on now. The reason why this keeps sliding back and forth is because I'm trying to slide this menu off the side of my tablet. It's being non-cooperative. Gotcha. Now we just need to bring it to here. Yeah. So, we did this thing. I think this is actually a successful episode of the Drawing in the Dark. And if it is, well, you'll see it. If it's not, well, then it goes into the bin with the rest of them. So, my name's Levi Smith. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Later.